Well, I walked to the store to cash my check, and then I went and got my food stamps. Then I was on my way back home, and these two men, but they was coming, I was coming this way, they was going that way. And they spoke, and I spoke, and then they come behind me, and they put something in the back of my head, and they told me not to turn around and give my purse.
Basically an organization. I know I saw you. Oh ho! Oh ho! How's everybody? Merry Christmas! Oh, looks like a lot of nice young kids here. I think so. Oh.
You like that doll, Drusilla? All your girlfriends like that?
There was one more gift for Sandra, and that's it right there. So we'll let you open that. Mom gets to open one gift here.
Oh, thank you.
Oh gosh, how much is there?
$100.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you. That's really good. Yes, I sure appreciate it.
They got some instructions. Better
say something for Christmas morning now. Santa's reindeers are. Whose name's on it?
Mama. I don't know who's this. A football. Another.
You guys are gonna be movie stars here. Almost as much as Santa.
Oh, there's mine.
Oh, look at the pretty doll.
You're probably
the only girl on the block that has that, huh?
Merry Christmas, kids. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I already said.
See you Christmas Eve now. You all be good. So well behaved. So they must have given her a lecture before.
I've got to budget my, the food and stuff into maybe $3 to $5 a day for us to eat on, and that's it. And sometimes that's a little bit too much, and I have to cut down a little bit more in order to make, for us to have a place to live and to pay the electricity to keep it on.
Look at this. This is outstanding. A lot of stuff there. The day before yesterday.
For sale, Was that your house?
Name.
We'll just click
I hope we're gonna be in bad shape.
Do I have the right place?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
I can't believe this.
That's, guess how much money is on there?
$200. About 20s.
$350.
Are you kidding me? My gosh.
I'm serious.
I can't believe that, man.
$350. That comes from the Edmond Police and Fire Department. Couple more trips. That's what we figured. It's better to go with the dog. What is that? This goes in there? Uh-huh. I don't know why, I mean, it's close enough. I wanted to do.
Wow. Makeup stuff. That's lovely.
And people send in checks, and here's another $310. No, $310. So maybe that'll help pay the rent, pay off some of the medical bills for little Tabitha.
This is the best Christmas we ever had.
Well, we hope so. We hope you enjoy it, but a lot of people wanted to help you.
Oh, I'll tell you, they're great. I didn't know there was that many nice people out there.
There's a lot of good people out there, so. Well, that's what he said.
You like that?
Well, yeah, the old book.
Yeah, tree.
Baby bills, because they're unexpected, and he says, well, oh, okay.
That's my dad's. I don't have a car.
Now, a guy from a company called Hayslip Motors over here on 10th Street called and wants to give you. Yeah. Okay. And also, this is the total amount was how much $2,750. Good grief. And this means your boss is not getting a Christmas gift this year,
That's
right?
true. I don't think he needs one.
He doesn't
really.
need. He doesn't need one.
No.
Have you discussed this with him?
No, I haven't.
Not
but,
really.
But I think when I tell him that he's not getting one, I don't think it'll hurt his feelings too bad.
Well, it's going to go to mean Christmas gifts for a lot of other people.
I think that's more important to him and to the dealerships and all the employees than getting a gift anyway.
Okay. Well, we appreciate that. We'll see that it gets to the right organization.
It's great. We appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Is that or we'll be in Mexico?
Okay, yeah.
On this gift. Okay. Well, that's fine.
Probably write another one.
A holiday for.
Just want to make sure it gets to the right place.
That's right. That's right. And at Christmas time is the time to.
Yeah.
Hey, good, good. That's encouraging. Whatever you use that for.
Oh, really? Well, this one's really fantastic.
Okay.
Thanks, Brad. Merry Christmas to you.
Mickey Cooper, the car dealer, and that's $100.
Thank you.
And that carload of food came from the Holiday Inn West, and they just wanted to make sure that they could participate a little bit and help out at the Jesus House.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You bet. Yeah, so take it to it. We got to go on.
Right after she died, I thought the pipes had to be blowed out. After I had a plumber out to check the line, if I be warm Christmas, I'll be happy.
Did you want to designate this for a particular family that we've been working on? Or?
Aaron, we really didn't specify anything.
It's a Christmas tree. It's a big Christmas tree.
Goodness. The bottom.
Well,
This is a family shot.
yeah, this is it.
Oh, this is pretty.
Clarence, you got... Yeah, I know. It's a check for $50. And behind that is gift certificate for you and Clarence at Sierra Anthony.
Store.
Is it?
My favorite store.
Great,
Yeah.
great. And that's in addition to paying the fees to get your gas turned on and to pay the plumber to come out, fix up your pipes, put in new fixtures.
Thanks.
So,
You are punctual.
you got two turkeys. They said they'd like it to go to you folks, and some people sent over bags of clothing. They said maybe it'd help get by in case you don't have any heat. And I think there's a sleeping bag in there too. I don't know if Clarence does any camping or not, but.
By Yukon. Yeah.
Yeah, some guys. I get this out of her church, supposed to be.
Yes. Well, I called him, but she said that she would call and he never would return the call. And so I don't even.
After church up there, across the street from that big bank. Same to you. What are you doing down there? Same to you.
Work. And they had that independence. I'd appreciate hearing from someone. Thank you. No. Oh, Brad?
Yeah.
Did you know that New York has passed a lemon law on used cars now?
I heard they were talking about it. I didn't know.
They
if
did.
By Yukon. Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, if they have an answering service, that usually well, that would be interesting to find out. Well, we've had a complaint.
Oh, yeah, if you have a piano, it would be definitely supposed to be a fantastic builder. And they had a...
Well, listen, see if you can't maybe come up with something since you do. By Yukon.
Well, I would. I mean, you could take them to small claims court and call mental stress and undue mental stress, which you had to go through.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So, well, I would. I mean, you could take them to small claims court.
Well, I called him, but she said that she would call and he never would return the call. I have to work tonight and pick it up, and that's what.
You're gonna play basketball, but you're trying to use it.
Okay, and I'll get back with you then. Okay, bye-bye.
Well, we got artificial trees. They probably got 1 year and kept it. Mine's older than mine. Where's this place? North? Oh, okay. Well, that's a nice place.
No, it's not like it's
Yeah, I gotta call.
gonna help you. Hello. Same to you.
He said that the dog had distemper and had advanced symptoms, even what he called hard pads. And the paws, he said most puppies have soft pads because, they haven't done a lot of walking. And this dog had symptoms of hard pads already.
Well, you don't know where he called from, and he could have been out of state.
Yes, they did. The manager told me the night that I had talked to my veterinarian, he said that, bring her in as soon as possible and we'll see if we can't get her on antibiotics because it may not be just distemper. It may just be tracheal bronchitis, and she may pull through it and we'll be able to sell the dog.
The complaint was about sick animals coming from the store when the animals were sick within a few days. And I did talk with a veterinarian that treated 2 of these animals, and he did confirm that the animals were ill.
Which would indicate to you, since it happened in such a short time period, that they were ill when they came from the pet shop?
That's the indication, yes.
Yet the mass production of puppies in sometimes terrible conditions continues unchecked. Hundreds of unprofitable chicken farms and junkyards in Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri have been converted into money-making kennels.
I didn't see it. My wife called and told me that she the puppies, I think, that we have seen seem to have a respiratory disease. Doesn't necessarily have to be distemper, but they do have a respiratory disease, and the organism that's creating the problem is a very resistant organism. And so we've cultured some to find out which ones we're dealing with and what would be the best antibiotic to use, and have done so. But it's still a really a tough organism to fight.
Main groups charge many of the puppies do have serious health and genetic problems when they are shipped to pet stores.
So I'll call her as soon as I get back. Are you going to film what's going on here? No, we're done. She's going to want to. Sure. Should we talk with you?
No comment out of the store.
No, we have. What we're here about is not the store exactly.
Out of the store.
No, it's never been made and delivered. It's never been delivered.
That was the very first one. I got a hold of a lady one time, and it was about 11 o'clock in the morning, and she said that it would be delivered before Christmas. We've heard nothing.
But she called me one time, and she said that she told me that we was going to have Rest Haven to sit this stone, and I said, well, he promised to do it for the same price. Yeah. And she said, yes, but Rest Haven had made a new ruling, and they might come back then and make us pay for that one.
Okay, you want her to go ahead?
And they told me that there was never one in the office. And
that's, they know when to hit you. So
I had the other check ready to give them the balance. I think it was like 149 something. And I ready whenever they, would deliver it.
Yeah.
So if that's the problem, all they have to do, I'll have the check when they give me the headstone. That doesn't include the setting.
No, it doesn't.
No, it's cemetery.
Yeah, Rest Haven, I think.
Oh,
it is.
yeah, this is Sunset.
Okay, and then they.
Well, you're not thinking right. You're not, you really don't, you hate to have to go, you've got to pick one out, but at the time you're not ready. And then they come to you and they put you, you're kind of in a position where you need to go ahead and get one ordered.
Yeah. They got some stuff out back. Yeah, we'll just, is it dripping right now?
No, but usually it'll drip when it's not raining.
Yeah. It looks like, we're getting bad publicity because these roofs look like they want to rent it, or otherwise the IRS will.
No rip. Put sticks and tar on the roof, shut through the carpet, and that's it. And, oh, you're not kidding. Last, yeah, I lived.
Yeah, and your sick comes in here that, you'll probably be subject to a lawsuit.
Thing, because it's all installation is coming down. Be over in a minute.
Oh, over here?
Office.
Okay. And this happened a month ago?
And I noticed it was leaking small drips all in these brown spots.
Uh-huh.
And then about a month ago, I came home from work one night and just this little bit of plaster fell in. And then gradually through the month, the insulation started falling in, the plaster, and now you can see the beams to the ceiling, and then this hole started.
Okay, now did this happen just when it's raining, like back in June it rained and it started coming in?
Yeah, it started raining and leaking, and then it snowed a little bit, and then it rained a little bit, and I think all the water just sat up there because they never fixed it. And then it just fell in.
And what did they do about it at that time?
Nothing. They
So-
told me they went up and patched it with tar, but I don't believe it because you see what happened.
Really? You must have had a lot fall in on one thing, but as big as they are, this much damage.
Then maybe we'll do it. So it took them
She must have been a fun lady.
a couple of weeks before.
We have gotten orders from Las Vegas to redo every roof on the premises, one a month, if not two, just depending on the weather and, like I say, the cash flow availability.
So he cashed it the next day?
Yeah,
And he was supposed to hold it for how long?
Until Friday. It's me from my fee. After I filled out all my papers, then he told me, he said, I'll need a fee of $50. And I said, oh, what?
Actually, that's so they can get that money right away.
At first, he wanted to know how much me and my husband made. So I went and looked for the income tax papers. And then he said, well, was it over $30,000? And I told him yes. And so he said, well, we'll set you up where you can go to school. He said, you're going to be single, and you didn't file for income taxes last year.
Now, was this at your request, or did he suggest this?
No, he suggests this.
I see.
He showed me how, to do it. And then this is all I got. This is telling me that they don't refund the money. See, all this stuff. I told my husband, well, it was really bothering me because I thought, well, this will catch up with me, and I'll be sitting behind in somebody's jail. And
then this works like a student loan. In other words, after you graduate or...
Then he said, well, if that's all you're worried about, he said, you don't have to worry about that. And I told him, well, we're going to move and I'm not going to attend school. And he said, oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. He said, if you ever decide to attend school again, you give me a call. And he hung up the phone, and I started thinking, well, what about my fee? Yeah. And I called him back later, and he said, no, that is the processing fee. You don't get that back. But, okay, where do the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, where did they get the information that I had already started school? From drawings, do you think?
Must have been.
Yeah.
You filled out to get the
No,
loan, right?
This is telling me that everything went through. And
then okay. An enrollment registration fee of $50 must be paid at this time to secure the enrollment. Now, on this deal here, where they say, first, you have your enrollment interview, okay?
Yeah, okay, good.
All right, now, this works like a student loan. In other words, after you graduate or finish.
Okay, so he called him back at 7 o'clock. And they talked about it, and he asked us, he said, well, what are you going to try to do, blackmail me? He said, if you try that, I'll get her into more trouble.
Yes, listing for Genie Services Incorporated. The listing for Genie Services. The student is not accepted for enrollment. When you saw that you weren't getting a picture, what'd you do?
Well, I raised Cain. It's for the receiver and the disc.
And the dish.
And the labor.
And the labor.
And the material.
Okay, but it does not include... Did they try it out? When it was installed.
It's for the receiver and the disc.
Be a system that is just exceptional. We've started our association. And what we suggest to these individuals is that when they shop their dealer, don't just shop the product, shop the dealer also. And when you do this, make sure that they bring out a portable unit and do an on-site survey check for terrestrial interference and to make sure that they can get all of the satellites that are available to them. Be a system that is just exceptional. Other than that, you pay more than 36.
After talking to several dealers in this area of satellite dishes, I picked up a few tips for those who might be in the market for a satellite dish. Number one, don't let anybody get you in a hurry. Don't fall prey to high-pressure salesmanship. Look around for a dealer that you feel comfortable with. Number two, ask that dealer for the names of some customers that you can call and check with to see if they're satisfied, not only with the product, but with the follow-up service. Check with the Better Business Bureau, see what kind of a record the company has. Number three, be leery if the company asks for all or half of the money up front. Many of the dealers that are more reputable won't ask for anything until the dish is installed and you're completely satisfied with it.